experts of America's Test Kitchen by bringing you the Cook's Country TV show cookbook. This is every recipe from all 8 seasons of the show. It's under $20, and Julia Davison is here, and she is going to take us through all of the secrets that make this recipe collection so great.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
So nice to
Great
see
to have you with us.
Thank you.
I'm so excited about this book, Julia. I mean, when I was looking through it, I was so impressed by, first of all, the recipe assortment makes sense. There's nothing crazy.
No.
There's nothing weird.
No, it's
there
good
aren't
old
strange
school home food.
Yeah, not strange ingredients. But these are the best versions of these recipes because America's Test Kitchen has tried them and tried them and tried them again until they got them just right.
That's the thing. We make the mistakes in the test kitchen so you don't have to make them at home. So for example, this Eclair Cake, my #1 favorite recipe in the book, if not actually my favorite cake recipe ever.
Okay.
And
wow.
I might have to eat this with you. So this is an old school recipe. In fact, someone back here was saying, we made that 40 years ago. And so usually it has vanilla pudding and of course that pre-made frozen whip. But we just made our own whipped cream. It's really easy to make a quick pudding. And there's graham crackers and then just chocolate on top. And you let it sit overnight. It is so good.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? And so you make it the day ahead. It's make ahead.
But you're making your own pudding.
Yeah.
You're making your own whipped cream, right?
I mean, pudding's really easy. A little flour, a little butter, a little milk, a little vanilla, you're done. Yeah, I mean, and it makes a big tray of it. It's perfect for picnics or, I know.
It's
one of my top 10. Yeah.
It's
for me, the book is worth it for this one recipe alone.
3-bite worthy on that one. That is delicious.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
When we're done here, I'm really gonna actually eat a whole big piece of this myself. One of my all-time favorites.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
But it has desserts like this, but it also has weekday favorites like this. So this is chicken and potatoes, which you do in a skillet. So you do the whole thing in the oven, and of course the potatoes are underneath roasting, getting all the chicken juices. Underneath the skin of the chicken, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of thyme, a little bit of garlic. Okay. And of course that bastes the chicken and make it taste good. Then you take the chicken off, and while it rests, you finish cooking the potatoes in the schmaltz. Oh, the potatoes are, I love chicken, but the potatoes are really the best part of this.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And again, we cooked this maybe 50 times. We tried different oven temperatures. We tried different sized chickens, different ways to prep the chicken so that it came out, the chicken was perfectly tender, not overcooked, and the potatoes were perfectly done, and you could do it in one dish.
I love it. All 8 seasons of Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. How many recipes is that,
Well
Julia?
over 300 recipes.
300 recipes, photos with everything, which I love.
Yeah, that's one of the best things about this book is a finished photo with every recipe. So, and I write cookbooks, but when I look at them, I look at the photos, and I think, is this what I'm in the mood for tonight? I don't read, I look. And so a photo with every recipe, I think, really tells the story.
Look at that, everybody.
And along with every recipe, we told you all the things we tried, what worked and what didn't, and the stories behind these recipes. Because a lot of these recipes have stories, like these burgers. Best burger in the world.
Why?
It's an Oklahoma onion burger. So what you do is you take onions, you slice them, and you salt them. And you squeeze them dry. And as you're making the patties, you smush the onions into the patty. So when you brown the burger, you're caramelizing the onions. They are the best burgers.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, and it's a local thing from Oklahoma. And it's bringing those old-timey recipes back and knowing the stories behind them. That I think is half the fun.
So let me just tell you, this book has been on once before and over 9,000 were ordered and completely sold out. It's back today in Your Home with Jill and already closing in on almost 2,000 books gone. So we are busy on the phones. Over 300 recipes that the foods you want to eat with your family, but the best possible version. America's Test Kitchen, they're the ones trying it 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 times. How many times have you made something and thought, okay, so next time I'm going to try it this way because I felt like it was a little dry or a little soggy or whatever. The beauty is all of that guesswork's been taken out of the equation. So whether it's strawberry pie or you want me to double fist it here? Strawberry pie on one side, macaroni and cheese on the other.
Start with dinner and we'll finish.
Okay, let's start with mac and cheese.
I started with the dessert.
So I mean, mac and cheese is like one of those recipes that people will say there's a gazillion different recipes for it, right?
So this is sort of make ahead macaroni and cheese. So you want a casserole. You want to be able to make it ahead, drop it on the table, but not be dry, not have the cheese clumped up.
And not be too greasy.
That's right, isn't it? So
it's really good flavor.
Yeah. So the trick is to use a little bit of evaporated milk, because that doesn't break. What happens when you use a regular mac and cheese and you put it in the oven, the milk begins to curdle. And the evaporated milk doesn't do that. It stays together, so it's nice and creamy.
I love the science of the food.
Yeah,
you know?
And there's a little bit of science in all. It's basically edible chemistry. I know, isn't that good? The best thing about this is you can make it ahead. And here's another.
And it makes a lot.
And it makes a ton.
So that you can eat off of it during the week if you need to.
It's
right?
true, yeah.
What is that?
Oh, this is...
Because if you're a slow cooker fiend like I am, this looks awesome.
So we have a handful of slow cooker recipes in the book. This is slow cooker baked ziti.
Okay.
And if you've ever, I'm making you big portions.
That's okay.
If you've ever had...
I didn't get this figure because I don't like to eat. Me neither.
So if you've ever cooked pasta in the slow cooker, it usually turns mushy.
It's a little gummy sometimes, right?
So the trick to that is before you make pasta, you're going to probably be cooking some sausage and onions. Throw the pasta in the pot with that dry. And you toast the pasta, and it changes the starch structure so that when it cooks in here, it doesn't disintegrate into mush. You actually have pasta with texture.
Yeah, look at that. Look at those pasta noodles. So done in a slow cooker, but not all mushy, the way you would want them to come out of an oven.
That's right.
But when you're gone all day long, right?
It just
I love
cooks.
that.
It cooks away. Yeah.
Delicious.
Isn't that good? And I know you have to try the strawberry pie.
Okay.
Here's a clean fork.
Thank you.
So strawberry pie. I've had a lot of recipes where you just use the strawberry jello, strawberry gelatin, and some strawberries.
Yeah.
It is a little lackluster. What you do is you use frozen and fresh strawberries. You take bags of frozen strawberries.
Okay.
You cook it down. You add a little unflavored gelatin, and you've made your own strawberry jello.
Smart.
So it tastes like strawberry. I mean, it like knocks your head against strawberry. Oh, I love this pie.
On a hot summer day.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
so good.
it's no bake. You
Love
put
that.
it in the pie dish
in
and
the
you're
pie
ready to
crust.
go.
That's really good. Really delicious. All right, let me just tell you, we are busy on the phones. So good. I'm eyeing those tomatoes because they look so interesting to me.
Yeah, stuffed tomatoes. Another example of a recipe, everyone thinks they have a recipe for it. They're usually stuffed with bread.
Yeah.
And they're usually really soggy and they don't taste like anything. So we actually looked beyond the bread and looked for an ingredient that would work well with it, which is couscous.
Oh, I
So
love
you
couscous.
toast couscous and a little bit of spinach and some cheese, breadcrumbs on top. The other trick is that you salt the tomatoes ahead of time and you let them sit upside down so the water comes out. So when you put the filling in, it doesn't get totally soggy.
Yeah.
But it's more of a hearty meal if it has couscous in it rather than breadcrumbs. And this fried chicken,
Yes.
Latin fried chicken, it's
Latin
amazing.
fried
yeah,
chicken.
you marinate it with a little lime and cumin, and then you fry it with a combination of flour and cornstarch.
Wow, delicious.
Oh, that's amazing.
Here's what you need to know, everybody. How many of these gone, Brian? In this show, over 4,000 ordered. It's only been on one time before. We're over 13,000 ordered since its debut. This is the last day we're offering this at this advanced order price, so get it while you can. Over 300 plus recipes here, but let me just show you again. There's that beautiful potluck macaroni and cheese. Every one of these recipes is going to have these finished photos. So, and again, crispy fish sticks. Here's that extra crunchy fried chicken, a brisket recipe, Cincinnati chili, crunchy potato wedges. Here you have grilled cowboy cut ribeyes, baked stuffed shrimp,
Oh, those are
olive
good.
oil potato gratin, an old-fashioned roast turkey with gravy. You're having Thanksgiving at your house for the first time. There you go. No mistakes necessary. Cornbread and sausage stuffing, chicken and what is chicken and slicks?
Slicks, it's a homemade noodle from this Pennsylvania region. They're very easy to make, and the noodle actually thickens the soup. It's really good.
Ooh, I would like that. My kids would love that. There's a crown roast of pork, whipped potatoes. Ever wonder why your mashed potatoes don't taste as good as everybody else's? Here's the secret. Then you have a sweet corn spoon bread, a pork ragu, a skillet lasagna, a grilled butterflied lemon chicken. That looks good.
This is so good. It's so easy when you cut out the backbone. You have a flat chicken with the bones in. That's really easy to cook through evenly and get nice crispy skin all the way around.
Love that. There's your Chicago-style barbecue ribs, a Chinese glazed pork tenderloin, corn on the cob. Then we get to breakfasts and breads, home fries, and beignets,
the
and
beignets.
popovers, and ultimate cinnamon buns. You had me at a low. So if you're on the phones, look at that. A Texas sheet cake, one of my all-time favorite recipes.
I didn't know it before we brought it into the test kitchen. It's
you're
really,
kidding me.
No, it's really interesting.
Oh, I love Texas
sheet cake. It's like half
cake.
cake, half brownie, and it serves a big crowd, and you can make
You put
it
the
ahead.
frosting on when it's warm.
Yes.
And it like melts into the cake.
Yeah,
Oh,
again,
it's so
another
good.
regional recipe that, we're trying to bring these great regional recipes out and let people remember them.
Here's that chocolate eclair cake,
my
everybody.
favorite.
A cold oven pound cake. Joe Frogger's. What's that?
It's a cookie, like as big as your palm.
Yeah.
And they're crisp around the edge, but really chewy in the middle. And it has a molasses flavor.
Ooh, yummy. There's like a summer berry pudding, a shaker lemon pie. There's that old-fashioned pecan pie.
This is amazing. The crust goes in raw, and it bakes for well over an hour. And as it bakes, this turns nice and gooey, and the crust bakes through.
Good. There's a key lime pie. There's that
the trick to
strawberry
key lime pie?
Tell me.
Use regular limes.
Is that right? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Look here, I also love how you gave recommendations for tools. There's even some product recommendations in the back, different appliances and things that America's Test Kitchen prefers.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's just awesome, you guys. For under $20, we are busy on the phones as a gift item for yourself. I mean, these are really the recipes you love to make. Chicken, mashed potato, pies, appetizers, cakes, burgers, stews, crock pot recipes, macaroni and cheese, but the best version because it's been tested over and over again to give the best result.
That's right.
I thought I saw one more cake back there at one point.
Tres Leches cake.
You can never quite get the desserts past me, Julia.
Have you ever had a Tres Leches?
No, but I've always heard about a Tres Leches
So
cake.
Southwestern thing, Tres Leches translates to 3 milks.
3 milks.
So it's evaporated milk, condensed milk, and heavy cream. And what you do is you make a sort of a thick cake, and then you poke the cake and you pour the milk over top and you let it cool.
Wow.
And a lot of times they turn out mushy, but we made the cake, engineered the cake so it wouldn't be mushy. And so it's rich but not greasy, and it has that caramely flavor.
That is delicious.
Isn't that good? I know, again, one of those recipes you always heard about, you know it comes from the Southwest, but you know, we took it to the kitchen and made it really accessible.
And I wouldn't even know, like, so if I wanted to make this cake, I wouldn't even know where would I go find the best recipe. But now I have the best recipe in my cookbook. This is 8 seasons, every recipe, all the photos, all the guidelines. Here's an update for you on this, everybody. 15,000 of these have been ordered at this advanced order price. There's fewer than 3,500 to go around.
That's not a lot.
We have 1,200 people on the lines right now, and this is the last day at the advanced order price. So if you're wanting it, please do stay on the line. Over 300 recipes, all absolutely delicious. I have to say, I love the look of this layered bean dip, too.
You know, 7-layer dip, you think you know how to make it? We know how to make it better. I'm going to eat this cake now.
Go for it.
I
love hanging out with you, Julia.
This is fun.
So nice to see you.
So nice to see you, too.
We're busy on the phones for the cookbook. Love it, love it, love it. Jay, you should